In a sky once clear and bright, a little cloud floated alone, no bigger than a child's kite. Its fluffy edges shimmered under the fading rays of the setting sun, carrying the innocence of something new and unknowing. But this little cloud's journey was not destined to be serene. The first stirrings of unease came as the sky darkened into night. A chill wind howled from the north, tossing the little cloud like a feather caught in a storm. "Where are you taking me?" it whispered, but the wind gave no answer. Below, the earth grew distant, replaced by a vast, empty ocean, its black waves clawing at the moonlit horizon. As the wind pushed harder, the little cloud noticed strange forms rising from the waves' lung, shadowy fingers stretching toward the sky. It shivered. The forms seemed to whisper, a cacophony of voices murmuring things the little cloud couldn't understand. Yet the meaning seeped into its being. "Come down. Join us." It resisted, climbing higher, but the wind swirled tighter, pressing it downward. The cloud's edges frayed under the strain, thin wisps torn away into the void. It gathered itself, summoning courage. "I am only a cloud. Leave me be." The ocean replied with laughter, a deep, guttural sound that echoed across the sky. From the shadows below, a colossal shape emerged. Its surface was slick and obsidian, its eyes glowing like twin lanterns of green fire. A leviathan, ancient and angry, lifted its head above the waves. "You dare defy me, little wisp," it roared. Panicked, the little cloud spun wildly, its vaporous body twisting and reforming as the storm tossed it higher and higher. Then, a sudden, sharp pull seized it. The wind was no longer random. It felt deliberate, as though unseen hands were guiding it toward a towering mountain peak piercing through the storm. The summit was barren, crowned with jagged rocks that shimmered like black glass. Perched atop was a figure cloaked in mist, its face hidden but its presence commanding. The storm quieted around it, as if the entire sky held its breath. "You seek freedom," the figure said, its voice neither male nor female, but something in between, resonating with ancient power. "Do you know the cost?" The little cloud hesitated. "What cost?" it asked, its voice trembling. The figure extended an arm, and from its sleeve poured a thick, inky smoke that wrapped around the little cloud. Images flooded its mind, endless skies filled with dark, twisted clouds, their forms no longer soft and gentle, but sharp and menacing. They moved as one, a hive of despair, bound to the will of the cloaked figure. "This is your fate," it said. "Join me, or face the leviathan alone." The little cloud recoiled, its edges sparking with tiny flashes of lightning. "I choose neither," it cried, surging upward with all its strength. It broke free from the smoke's grasp, racing toward the stars. Behind it, the figure's laughter rang out, and the storm resumed with renewed fury. The leviathan roared from below, sending tidal waves into the sky, while the cloaked figure unleashed bolts of black lightning, each one narrowly missing its mark. The little cloud pushed on, higher and higher, until the air grew thin and the stars seemed close enough to touch. Then, with one final burst of effort, it reached the edge of the atmosphere, where the storm could no longer follow. The leviathan's cries faded into silence, and the cloaked figure vanished like a shadow at dawn. Alone in the stillness of space, the little cloud paused, its form now smaller but more brilliant than before. It had survived the horror below, but it knew the battle had left its mark. Its edges were jagged, its once fluffy body now streaked with threads of silver and shadow. Yet it was free, truly free. It gazed down at the world it had escaped, the storm still raging far below, and promised itself it would never forget the cost of its freedom. Then, with a final, defiant swirl, it floated onward into the vast, uncharted cosmos, ready to face whatever awaited. The little cloud drifted further into the vastness of space, its silvery threads glinting under the light of distant stars. Time passed, or perhaps it didn't, as it encountered glowing nebulae and clusters of shimmering comets. For a moment, it thought it had found peace, but then came the whispers. Faint at first, like a distant hum. They grew louder as the little cloud approached a field of floating, crystalline fragments. The shards emitted a ghostly glow, each one vibrating with an otherworldly energy. The whispers became words, echoing from the shards themselves. "Why do you wander, little one?" The cloud hesitated, drawn to the largest shard. It pulsed with a deep crimson light, its voice resonating with an ancient sorrow. "You have fled one horror, only to stumble upon another. This realm holds secrets you are not ready to face." "I seek no trouble," the cloud replied, its voice trembling. "I only wish to exist freely." "Freedom is an illusion," the shard whispered, its glow intensifying. Suddenly, the fragments began to converge, forming a massive, crystalline entity that loomed over the little cloud. Its facets reflected countless versions of the cloud, each one distorted and twisted. "You cannot escape what you are destined to become." The cloud's jagged edges sparked with defiance. "I've escaped before. I will do it again." The entity laughed, a sound like shattering glass, and unleashed a beam of light, so intense it threatened to unravel the cloud's very essence. But instead of fleeing, the cloud embraced its fragmented form, using its silver threads to weave through the assault. It twisted and turned, its smaller size granting it agility. With a daring surge, it shot through the heart of the entity, shattering it into countless pieces. As the fragments scattered, the whispers faded, leaving the little cloud in silence once more. But this time, it felt stronger, its silvery streaks now glowing with a faint, golden hue. It had faced another trial and emerged victorious. Ahead lay a glowing rift, pulsating with warm light. The cloud felt a pull, an invitation to a place unknown. Without hesitation, it drifted toward it, ready to uncover the next chapter of its journey. Thanks for watching video, and please subscribe my channel.